Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Enlightened World Network. This is a 7 generation clearing and healing. This is the last one that we're doing this week. We did it for 7 days in a row, as the angels have instructed us to do. And so, very grateful that we listen when our angels speak, because what I am hearing from the feedback from people who are participating and people who are watching this as it happens is that it is making a difference. It is making energy shift in our world. So thank you to all who have participated, to all that are here with us today. And we are just going to get right into doing this. So welcome. Sit back, get comfortable, and let's together clear some energy. I want to tell you about this 7th generation healing. This is based on the principle of the Native Americans that says that in every decision, whether it be personal, governmental, or corporate, we must consider how it will affect our descendants 7 generations into the future, so that our pristine sky, the fields, the waters, the mountains will still be here for them to enjoy. For us to live by this principle, we should ask prior to undertaking anything how it will affect the land, the water, the air, the animals, the birds, the plants, and the future of our children 7 generations into the future. I connect with this very much with the ancestry on my mother's bloodline, which is Cherokee, and on my father's line, which is Irish. And both of those are rich in a lot of oppression, a lot of poverty and famine and illness. So I have done a lot of this work individually as well as leading and guiding it in the sessions. Now, just to let you know, this, it could be very emotional for you. That's wonderful. Crying is a beautiful way of releasing energy. So if that happens for you, then that's your experience and welcome it. Don't try to resist anything that comes up for you. There also may be other physical symptoms. Some people have acknowledged an inability to fully breathe. As you're clearing that energy, it's going to affect the lungs, it's going to affect uh, your heart chakra. All of this energy is going to come forward. But during the clearing, the angels are going to bring a light in to help clear anything that's in there in all of the chakras. So stay with it, or if your symptoms are very intense, you might want to just back off and revisit it later when you have time to go in and meditate and do that clearing on your own. We incorporate several processes in this. I work very closely with the angels. The angels are not any religion, they are spiritual beings created by God the Creator. And so they come in to help us to hold space and to help us understand more and to fully do a clearing of that energy. So there's several things that are incorporated, including the Ho'oponopono, to go into an aura of forgiveness and to really feel into the energy and let go of that energy. So those are the precursors to our clearing, and now we're going to go into it. So this process that we're going to do, it's designed to shift the energies on both sides, on your mother line and your father line, back at least 7 generations, clearing any pattern of abuse, of emotional suppression, of helplessness, violence, or war. And then we're going to send healing back to that energy as well as forward into 7 generations to our children's children. So your part is to breathe in and relax. Just breathe in, and with your breath, just release out, focus on the breath and release out anything right now that you're experiencing of low vibration. Maybe it's some fear about energies in the world or what you might encounter as you go back into these seven generations. Let go of the fear and allow your mind to be open to making this shift happen, to creating an energy for our world to be clear of these energies. So breathe in again. Breathe in light from the universe around you, all around you, 360 degrees. So in every direction, there's light covering you. Breathe that light in. Breathe in the love that's coming in with the light into your body, into your bones, your blood cells, and your DNA. When you release it out, release any energy that doesn't belong to you back to the universe. Maybe you've taken on some of the energy of the collective right now. Let's release any of that low vibration. You are a child of the universe, and you have a right to be here. Feel into your worthiness at this moment as you feel the support of this light from the universe around you, and release anything else. And now let's set our intention. I would love to set the intention that what we are doing here is making a difference. That as we go into this ancestral energy with the foremost thing in our mind of shifting any low vibration to a high vibration, that it will make an impact in our current world today as we are living it. And then that it will make an impact going forward to those seven generations after us. If you want to set a personal intention for yourself, maybe there's a specific emotion or a physical symptom that you would like to let go of, then set that as your intention for this particular release that's going to happen today. Maybe you need to cut ties with some of that ancestral energy that's holding you back. So right now, as you focus on your intention, just breathe in, and I'm going to call in our angels, asking the angels to begin to seal the energy around you. And first, I'm going to call in Raphael. Raphael brings the emerald green fire, clearing and cleansing your energy field. As you breathe in, imagine that you can call this fire into your very body, into your bones, into your blood, and into every layer of your light body. This emerald green fire is clearing your entire energy field. Next, we're going to call on Michael, the Archangel of Fire, our protector. And his is the energy of electric blue fire. So call that electric blue fire into your body, into your bones, your blood, your cells, your DNA, and into every layer of your light field, and breathe it in. As Michael is our protector, we're going to ask for the sword of Archangel Michael to be shown before us, before your heart chakra. This is to neutralize any lower frequency energies from entering your energy field. And now let's ask that sword to be placed at the back of your heart, protecting the back space. Now see it as it is to your left side and your right side. Then place it above your head with the sword pointing upwards and below your feet pointing downward, so that your energy field is protected from 6 directions, all around you and above you and below you. And now let's see that sword placed within your heart, and this will cover all 7 directions with the protection of Archangel Michael. Now let's call in Gabriel of the West, the Archangel of Water. Gabriel brings a diamond white fire, and Gabriel wraps this fire around you as if it were a cloak of light. This fire can absorb the lower frequency energy from your energy field and pull them out. Let's all take a collective breath in and allow anything that needs to leave your energy field to leave it now. And now let's call in Archangel Uriel. Uriel is the Archangel of Earth, and the energy is ruby red fire. So invite that energy into your bones, your blood, every cell of your body. This ruby red fire is clearing the lower frequency energies. So you have four angels around you. These four energies of fire, the emerald green, electric blue, diamond white, and ruby red. Ask the angels to open and expand your energy field. And as that happens, call on your higher self to be present. Call on the consciousness of your physical body to be present and engaged in this work. Breathe in and allow this to happen as you call in your guides, your higher self, and your angels. Now I see that the 500,000 earth angels have come to help with this process. They're going to come to each one of us individually. We all have an earth angel holding us right now as we do this work. You may feel a shift in the energy. You may feel a touch somewhere on your body, your cheek, your arm, your hand, the top of your head. There's a lot of energy that's moving, and they're helping us right now to do this release as we go in and do this inner work. Up above you, Metatron is bringing in the golden white crystalline grid. This grid contains every shape that exists in our universe that God has created. And Metatron brings it into the room above your head, sealing the space and allowing golden white light to pour down the walls, clearing and cleansing the walls of the room you are sitting in, and sealing also beneath your feet. So you are sitting in this great Metatron's cube of golden white fire. Let's ask Metatron to please intensify that fire. This will protect your room from interference, protect the space around you, and protect from any lower frequency energies or openings to lower dimensions. Breathe that white fire in now. Let's ask Sandalphon now to bring in from below the crystalline 5D grid of the earth, asking it to rise up into the room as silver white fire. As this happens, you're going to feel it on your feet as the chakras of the feet open, one on each side, but they're opening in two great spheres of light. There may be a tingling at the bottom of your feet as that energy moves. So breathe into that. Breathe into the energy and bring it up to your root chakra, all the way up from your feet to your tailbone. And breathe it in and watch as it opens as one great sphere of light. As you bring in that crystal grid, release everything else. Now let's breathe in that light from the grid and bring it up to the sacral chakra. watching as this opens as one great sphere of light. And as you breathe it in, just release anything that's there that's low vibration. Just let it go. And now breathe this light into your solar plexus chakra, watching as it opens as one great sphere of light. Again, as you breathe in from the crystal grid, release all other energies. And now let's bring that light up to the heart chakra and watch as the heart opens as one great sphere of light. Breathing in that energy and releasing all other energies, anchoring the light there in your heart. With that being anchored, we're going to ask now for Metatron to call down the golden white fire from the crystalline grid, from source energy, the highest energy there is, from God. And we're going to bring that down through your crown chakra and watch as the chakra opens up as one great sphere of light. Breathing in this 5D crystalline grid and release anything that is not serving your highest purpose. Breathe in the light from this grid and bring it down now to your third eye chakra and watch as it opens in one great sphere of light. Breathe in and release any other energy that is not serving you. Now breathe in again and watch as this light goes to your throat chakra, opening that up as one great sphere of light. Breathe in and release. Breathe in the crystalline light and breathe it down into your heart chakra, anchoring it there and releasing all other energies. There was a lot of clearing that happened when we opened up the throat chakra. So if you need to clear your throat or cough, just let that happen. That's release of energy and it's movement of energy, which is wonderful. Now ask your higher self to open the inner channel between the core of the earth and the core of the sun. Allow this flow of light into your body. See that connection, the light from the earth and the light from the sun flowing through you so you become a clear channel for the light. Let's ask for that channel to be expanded to allow more light into your body. And ask your higher self to increase the power of your body to hold that light so that you can become a more radiant being of the light as you hold this on the earth plane. Let's call now on the ultraviolet angels, asking them to place a sphere of ultraviolet light all around your energy field, and then to place a separate sphere around your earth star chakra just beneath your feet. This will protect the energy there as some of the bloodline energies enter into your energy field. So you're being very protected as we do this work, and the angels are holding that space for you at your earth star chakra. Let's ask Archangel Michael and all the ultraviolet angels to seal the bloodline of your mother back 7 generations in one great chamber of light. Breathe that in. And then let's ask Michael to do the same on the father's side. to seal the father line back 7 generations in one great chamber of light with ultraviolet fire. And now you begin your work. Take a deep breath in, and in your mind's eye, step backwards 7 times. This represents 7 generations on your mother's side. You may get a message from these ancestors as you connect with them. And I encourage you to be open to what you might hear, what you might experience. You might hear a name, or you might just feel into the energy of that time. Maybe you'll get a flash of intuition and know what they looked like. In these bloodlines, there's a mixture of energy that comes through. Some of it's helpful and will help you do this release, but some of it has existed on this 3D timeline for many, many years. And so the energy coming from them is of the lower frequency energy and the lower patterns. So right now, as you are in the mother's timeline, think of any issues in your life that you want to release the energy of. Or maybe you just want to feel into the energy and see what you can be aware of as you connect with your ancestors. We're going to ask our higher self. So right now, take that deep breath in and do that connection with your higher self. And we're going to ask Archangel Sandalphon and all the angels holding the crystalline grid to help dissolve all agreements, cords, and attachments from your mother line that attaches to the 3D matrix of the earth, dissolving all those agreements, records, and attachment, and shifting the whole mother line back 7 generations into the 5D grid of the earth. As you see this tree line being bathed in that 5D energy from the crystalline grid, some of the energies there of the old bloodline do not like this shift. They want to retreat back to the earth grid. So give permission for the energies of the mother line back 7 generations that do not wish to belong to the 5D crystalline grid to leave. And at the same time, give permission for new 5D energies from the crystalline grid to replace them, to hold the integrity of the mother line back 7 generations. Let's take another deep breath and feel again into this energy as it begins that shift into the 5D. And now in your mind's eye, take 7 long strides forward back to where you are right now. Just take a moment with that. Some of that was emotional going into the mother line. There may have been some that connected with energies that you have not connected with before on that ancestry. So be gentle with yourself as you are doing this process. And take another deep breath in. And as you relax it out, in your mind's eye, step backwards 7 times, this time representing the 7 generations on your father's side. And let's ask Sandalphon and the angels and your higher self to do this same process on the father line. As you're feeling into that energy that's there, just pay attention, open up and listen. Feel any connection that's being made there, any names that come to you. And now let's ask that any of that energy from agreements, cords, attachments to the old earth grid be cleared, And let's move that entire line back 7 generations into the crystalline 5D grid of the earth. See your father line bathed in the bloodline back 7 generations in this 5D energy. And once again, there may be energies that do not want to do this shift. They may be resistant and want to stay and retreat back to the 3D energy, and that's okay. Give permission for those energies that do not wish to belong to the crystalline grid to leave and be replaced with the new 5D energies from the crystalline grid, which will hold the father line in high integrity and frequency of light back 7 generations. Let's take one more breath and stand in this father line, experiencing the shift in energy. And with gratitude, let's move forward now. 7 long strides forward, back to where you are currently. And now as you look at these 2 tree lines in the earth, going off at different angles, bathed in the crystalline grid of light, being transformed and shifted, and also see that sphere of ultraviolet light around the Earth Star Chakra, neutralizing any lower frequency energies coming from these bloodlines. Feel your energy field right now. Feel it lightening and shifting as these energies are neutralized. Some of the energy from the bloodline will still come through, but these are helpful energies. For any that are not helpful, give permission to dissolve the energy with the violet fire. Give permission for the light to intensify around both the mother and the father line, bathing and shifting the whole bloodline from that 3D to the 5D, so that the energy that you project forward into the future to your descendants is of the highest frequency. With all that shift and all of the energy that you experience there in the mother line and the father line, let's go into now an energy of forgiveness. Let's pause right now and say a prayer of forgiveness on both the mother line and the father line. We release and forgive the energy we felt there with love. There's a beautiful prayer that came forth from Hawaii called the Ho'oponopono. And these are the 4 phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's a prayer of healing. It's a prayer that's not about any person or any energy from one person, but from the whole era that we just went into on the mother line and the father line. It's releasing the energetic impact of anything that transpired during that time. So as you do that forgiveness, just remember this is releasing to open up energy in you and clearing that and balancing the energy inside of you. So now let's neutralize all patterns from the family line that do not serve you or your descendants. Let's ask that all agreements, programs, and resolved energies that do not serve your highest good, your path, your soul's path, or those of your descendants be dissolved into God source energy. Cancel all vows, agreements, contracts, karmic IOU that do not serve your highest good or the good of the bloodline. Release these back to source light, both and the father line. When this is done, Ask that all vows, agreements, blood covenants, karmic IOUs from beyond 7 generations that do not serve your highest path or purpose, or the highest path or purpose, or the highest destiny of the bloodline be canceled, dissolved, and released now. Dissolve all futile vows that connect to you to the energy of war or violence, any type of conflict. Let's let that energy be dissolved. Clear and dissolve all futile vows that connect you to the energy of slavery, master, or servant. Cancel those now. Cancel any vows that disconnect you from knowing or radiating your own authentic light or walking your own true path. Clear any agreements of belonging to or serving the dark. Clear any agreements around extraterrestrial experimentation or alien enslavement trauma that's held in your human DNA. Ask the angels, your higher self, and Sandalphon to clear blood covenants in the DNA all the way down to the 5D crystalline grid of the earth. Clear any genetic karmic damage. Clear the bone marrow and all blood producing parts of the body of any genetic karmic damage. Clear any chemical interference harming the blood. Clear any disease memory in the body, any illness. Clear all memory and influence, DNA instruction, or RNA instruction that hinders the process of returning to the original perfect template. Let's take a big breath in because that was a lot of clearing that we did all at one time. Feel into any shifts in your energy. Claim your perfect template in this human body. And now let's call upon Metatron and the healing teams to send a soft, healing golden light into the body, the physical body. Ask that this healing light be sent to all aspects of the physical body. And then see this healing light go back through your time, back to your young adult years, your adolescent years, your young child years, and then back to you in the womb. Now send this soft, healing golden light back to the bloodline on both the mother and the father line, and send this healing back 7 generations, healing this bloodline back in all those generations. And then let's send it back beyond those 7 generations, all the way back into infinity, along both the mother and the father lines, this healing golden light back through hundreds and hundreds of generations. And now let's send this soft golden healing light forward along the bloodline to help all your descendants align with the higher frequency light so they may feel more at home and welcomed here on planet Earth. Take in a deep breath. Just feel into your energy right now. On that out breath, just relax, release, soften. Breathe it in again. See if there's been any shift. You may have experienced some physical pains or physical uh, things that happen inside your body as you did this clearing. So right now, just focus on the breath and let your whole body relax and soften. You may have released tears of emotions. So just get in tune with what was left, what was gone. What did you release from your body? Be gentle with yourself. Let's breathe in some gratitude right now. Let's thank all of the energies that took part in this process today. The angels, the higher self, the guides, the earth angels. Let's thank the angels that held the grids, Metatron and Sandalphon, and ask them now to release these grids with gratitude, but not to completely release the intensity, because this healing and this clearing will continue. Thank all the angels around you, those that came in, Uriel, who came in with the ruby red fire, Gabriel with the diamond white fire, Michael with the electric blue fire, and Raphael with the emerald green fire. And as you thank all of these beings, they will step away from your energy field. Just feel into the lightness right now of your being. Take another breath in. Feel that load that has been lightened, the release of energy from these bloodlines that will allow the greatest expansion of your light in this lifetime. And your light is so needed at this time with everything that's going on in our world and in the collective energy. Your light is needed to add to the positive, to add to that healing that needs to take place in our collective energy here on Mother Earth. Begin to feel your physical body now, becoming aware of where you are, aware that you are here with us in this room. And as you sit there in your own space, just look around you, and does it look different? Are you seeing with a different perspective, maybe with a different energy than you had before you started the clearing process? I would love to hear your comments. You can type it in if you're online and you're watching this. Just type into the comments whatever you want to share with us. And I'm going to open this up for anyone who would like to share with us here that's with us on Zoom. You can unmute yourself and just share your experience or anything that you want to say at the end of this.
People are going to be shy this morning, I can tell. So mostly what I did was I held space for the group actually, and was checking on the different messages. And at one point, so I was holding space and I asked Archangel Michael, were they still working on me? Because I didn't want to miss out. And they said yes. So one really cool thing, when you talked about the future descendants coming up, what they showed me was that future descendants coming up for me includes everyone who's at all connected with Enlightened World. So I had been thinking my descendants would just be my children and their children and etc. But no, it's the bigger impact. So that was really cool. So I guess for all of you, anywhere that you are making an impact in the world, is your legacy. And so that's all been impacted going forward. So that was exciting.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ruth. Anyone else who would like to share before we end the session today? Deb, I see you unmuted.
I did. I had an interesting experience when going back in my father's line, and I took 20 steps back. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to take 20 steps back, and I went all. There was red flames everywhere. It was red fire, and I went back to prehistoric. Like I saw, I don't know if it was a dinosaur or a dragon, because it was breathing this red flames everywhere. And I just sent the light there, and it dissipated all of it. It just poof went away. And so that was pretty amazing. I don't know what all of that stood for, but it was red fire. And then when you did the last part about sending all the light everywhere, it was really interesting. It went in, I just felt all the light and everything going up into the universe. And it was almost like God's hands were sitting there, and all the light, everything that we just did just went right into his hands, and it just dissipated, and all I saw was the stars. And it was just a beautiful visual of kind of what we were doing. It was
Wow.
beautiful. It just poof, just the stars are there. That's it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Deb, for sharing that. I love that visual.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did too.
ShaRon, you wanted to share.
I did, but I just want to acknowledge Debbie and Deb and Ruth's comments. Just beautiful. I'm so grateful every time I get to be in the presence of everyone. So thank you, Gabby, Carol, Katherine, Teri. I've only been able to tune into 2 times. And the first time I very much felt my mother's side. I felt the willingness, I felt the moaning, I felt the pain, I felt the wailing. And I didn't feel anything on my father's side. This time, when you went to the mother's side, I just felt calmer. But the father's side was ready, but not necessarily able, I guess. And so when I tuned into my father's side, it was heavy. I just felt like I was lopsided, leaning, and there were sharp pains going in my chest. And I could feel that there was, I think you asked for any energies that are not ready to come to the 5th dimension. Most of that side of my body was not ready. And I had one grandfather who died when I was 9, and I saw his face, and I didn't really know him. I was 9, but I felt like he was willing and trying to bring everybody else to the light. And I don't think it's healed yet. I'm sad that this is the 7th one, because I would believe I would benefit from another one. So I'll just have to do it somehow with the help of the angels on my own. But thank you so much, Teri, because on this top side of myself, I feel fine, but I realize there's a lot in my personal family history. And my daughter was in the kitchen cooking breakfast, which is why I had to close my video. And just in the middle of it all, I just burst out to her, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. You're the beginning of the next generation. I think we have cut the cord, or I'm doing it now. And she just looked at me like I was crazy, but thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And ShaRon, all of these, all 7, will be on Enlightened World Network's YouTube channel.
Oh, wonderful.
It has a playlist that's called 7 Generation Healing, and you can go pull those up and do the process right along.
Every prayer that's asked is immediately answered. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I so appreciate your being here and your input. And I
Thank
see
you,
my Gabby has
Terry.
muted.
So I had a huge one this time. It's kind of, it's a long story. I'm going to really condense it. All my life, I'm one of three girls. My mum is one of three girls. Her mother is one of three girls. I had two girls and a miscarriage. And my mum and my sisters, although they don't participate in it all, they love witches. They have them like decorative ones hanging everywhere in their houses and things like that. Although none of them are spiritual at all. And I've always wondered about that. Anyway, when I went back on my mum's side, I got back to my mum's mum, who I never knew. She passed away when I was quite young. She was very quiet and sad. And the further back I went, it was just, I didn't like it. It was dark and I couldn't see them, but they were all dark. And I could feel that they were all sad and persecuted and like, it was awful. And then when we went to ask for change, they didn't like it at all, none of them. But then in the end, they all came around and were all in the light, and they're much happier now. Like, it's not something that I want to participate in, that side of it, but now I know it's there, you know, and I feel like I helped them. Yeah. And then after that, when I went over to my father's side, all I got was a great big hug from him. That was it. Yeah. So, yeah, it was big. That was a big one. Yeah.
Really, and you're feeling that you helped them? Yes, you did help them.
Yes, I really do feel like I helped them all. Yeah. Well, not me. You helped them all. Yeah, no.
It was a collective effort. We all did.
They all felt really dark, and now they feel light and they're looking up and dancing and like that. Yeah. Beautiful.
Well, Gabby, thank you so much. Thank you. We had a lot of comments online also. Ruth, are you seeing the comments? And do you want to share any of those with us? Oops, you're muted.
You're muted. Yeah.
Sure, I was typing myself. So Susan was having trouble breathing, and Deb, I think you were the one that sent some encouraging words there to just try to relax into that sometimes anxiety can feel like, and then I was just sharing that while I was holding space, I was seeing someone, and I was curious if it was Susan. I was seeing someone, and there were like black serpents around the throat chakra. And I was like pulling the serpents off and, handing them to an angel. It's like, okay, I've got this squirming thing in my hand. I was like, okay, I need somebody to come take this because I'm not letting go till I know where it's going. So an angel took it. And then the entire body was flooded with the beautiful gold light in all directions, not just where we can see it, but down and back and through. And so hopefully whoever was struggling with breath there, hopefully that'll ease that up. But it was kind of fascinating to see. Yeah, we had several new folks on that I think hadn't been with us before. So pleased that you all are here.
Thank you. Thank you for participating. Carol, I see you unmuting.
Ruth, he just brought me to tears because when I was on my mother's side, I felt like I was strangling, like something was just choking me. And I wonder if that was me.
I think it might have been a couple people, because I was thinking perhaps it was Susan, and I'm getting goosebumps, Carol, which makes me think it wasn't perhaps just one. But you're feeling better now. You're feeling like
Yes.
that was okay. Very cool.
I do remember after we went to the throat chakra, it felt like a lot had released. There was a lot of energy that went from there. And the angels just had me pause for a moment so we could breathe that in. But thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Well, I have certainly I feel honored that I was able to lead this for 7 days. I want to thank you, Dr. Ruth Anderson. What an amazing person you are for having this platform. And Deb Goldberg, my sister, I love you so much. And all of you that have been on to participate in this and to share it out and be proactive in bringing more light into the world. I know this is making a difference. I know it's making an impact. And we're going to meet tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. And we're going to do a debriefing. So if you've been in this, or even if you just want to come and listen to what everybody's experience was, we'll be doing that at 6 o'clock. And I'll be putting that Zoom link in to Enlightened World Network so you can all come in and participate in that.
Teri, before we go, I just want to share something that folks don't know. Teri, Deb, and I meet several times a week. And we met Monday morning, and we're guided to go into meditation together, which is not an uncommon thing, by the way. And we were told to provide something to help bring light into the world, to help ease up with the all of the issues that are going on right now. And Teri heard to share this meditation. And I heard, yes, 7 days in a row. And Teri so graciously said, okay. And that's how it works here at Enlightened World Network. We hear divine guidance and we always go, okay, I don't know how it's going to work, but okay. And that's how this happened this week. So Teri, so much appreciation to you for clearing your schedule and making this a huge priority. So thank you.
You're so welcome. And like I said, I'm honored that this was given and that I was able to do it. So let's carry that feeling of love forward through this day. I love you all so much. Hold it in your heart. Breathe out love and light wherever you go. Lift somebody up. And one way that I do that as I go out now into the world, I have a mask that I wear. And on that mask, it says, keep smiling. And everyone that I have encountered, as they read those words, they do. You can see it in the eyes, although they have their mask on, you can see that they're smiling. So keep sharing your light any way you can. And thank you again for being here. We're going to sign off. I love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Bye, everybody.